The sheep, supplying the sheep for the Trust House Intermediate. Like you said, a big job from our farmers, and we really appreciate all our farmers supplying the sheep here for the next 3 days. So, and of course, the guys out the back, sorting them up, bringing them in, keeping them in the right mobs, and putting them back on the trucks, back to the farms, and beautifully shorn. So we have the green light down the back. This is heat number 1, and we have the nod from the referee. Heat number 1 it is at the Trust House Intermediate. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. Away we go. Like you said, John, BJ Campbell, stand number 1 from Masterton. Arana Marketi on stand number 2. Teresa Oporo on 3. Tamahu Aranui on stand number 4. Alexander Ford 5, and Ash Boyce down there on stand number 6. Away we go. 4 of these big woolly sheep from Nick Balfour from Butte Farms. And just stepped up a grade, John, so stepped up a wee bit in ability, experience and pace, of course. So as we watch them work their way through the 4 sheep, we're going to see things happening a wee bit quicker than we have been.
Well, they're capable of shearing up to 305 sheep in an 8-hour day, and, you know, that more than capable of taking home $1 or $2 in the pay packet at the end of the week. So sort of the semi-professional type of guy and girls who now are certainly enjoying their time up here in the sun. Bright lights in Masterton for 2019. Campbell rolls up the money side now, coming at him. Look at it, that first to turn, second to turn maybe. Down there on 5, we're looking pretty sharp as well with Ford over the shoulder on the last side. He's a little bit slighter shearer, but he's got the wherewithal. The feet are in the right place. The mind is in the right place. Very important to have that top 2 inches working for you. And the big strong arms of Arana Makiri, they're coming out the last side. Look at those big blows going in. He's made that look easy. That is very easy to watch in that shearing style. Ash Boyce drops into the pen as well down there on 4. Aranui, last touches. Ooh, didn't go anywhere near the back sock, and that might cost him. If there's a sock there, you've got to have a go at it. Out the last leg. Goes Teresa Aperhole. Boy, there's been some multi-talented people come through this shearing arena in the last few years. These women have stepped up to the mark, and they're really holding their own in these competitions, and it's good to see a decent number once again taking forward.
So heat 2, ladies and gentlemen, heat 2, these guys need to make their way to the foot of the stairs, please. John Cherrington, Tui Wilton, Tyson Crown, Natalia Rangiafa, Gabriel Winders and Francisco Gonzalez. Please make your way to the foot of the stairs. That'll be heat 2. You're up next.
Here they go. Boyce putting in the big shots. He's starting to feel he's getting behind a little bit. But Marketti coming up the long blow now. Onto the long blow is Campbell as well. Ooh, Ash Boyce says, let me at him, fella, but out in front is Alexander Ford on stand 5 as he comes under the shoulder. Easy looking style of Aranui there on stand number 4 as well.
Might just butt in there, John, if that's okay, to get this heat going. Thank you. So let's get going here. We've got Jackie Parku, Tristan Mackay, and down here we've got Ray Tubin and Corey Barrycliffe. So we're good to go. So in that case, no. Are we just about right to go? Is he away for
nervous?
The jitters? Yeah, that's okay. We'll go back there for a wee minute, John, and I'll have to interrupt just as soon as we're back on board.
We're back in action up here on the front. Sheet number 2 completed.
All right, we're good to go. Sorry, John. Right, we're good to go this time. You're right. Okay. Judges are ready. Presses. On your marks. Set. Go. All right, John. We'll leave them to get their work done. I'll come back in when they finish that heat.
Yeah, well, we're up there. We're rattling them out. Hey, they've got sheep number 3 round the back of the head and still showing the way is Ford down on number 5. Ash Boy says, I'm coming at you, likewise as Campbell. You just sense that the pace is lifting a little bit. First heat, you got to jam it in quick because you know they're only going to get quicker. Into the long blow now. Ford, 1 left in the pen, and we know we got there's 4 of these big strong sheep to shear, so they're going to have to earn their dollars. Up round the first off leg she comes. Big shots going in. Up over the tail. Nice and flat across that skin. Takes a big undermine out. 2 off the top. She's doing extremely well, but a little bit off the pace as we go on out that last leg down on stand number 5. Ash Boy says, I'm going to be hang on to your coattail, mate. And down and out to the flank he goes. At the pressure still being applied to the rest of them by Alexander Ford here in the Trust House Intermediate Shearing. Over the shoulder on the front comes Masterton, BJ Campbell. Mercury over the top as well. He's making those big powerful shoulders work as he comes across the money side. Down there on stand number 4 we got the same thing going through. Aranui over the top. He's flashing the old sleeve there as he's starting to glisten with a little bit of sweat. Down and out to the flank for him. Bulls, a kick and a shake and a rattle here on stand number 2, but he's regained again. Into the pen goes Campbell for the 4th and final time, Norm.
The in and out, BJ Campbell on stand number 1. Tomaho Aranui down there on stand number 4. Tomaho slides into the pen along with Arana Markety on stand number 2. They got their 4th and final sheep out on the board. Teresa Aporo finishing touches on stand 3. Out over the tail, down comes Alexander Ford. It's his 4th sheep on the board, folks, to Alexander Ford. Last side time. Out comes Teresa. And Ash Boyce. Ooh, he's got himself a ticklish one. As he slides around on towards the long blow. Hopefully it'll sit there for him. He's got to get that right leg well down the brisket and keep those front legs under control. If he loses them, he's going to have all sorts of trouble. But not a problem to Ash as he turns for home. And Alexander Ford, well done, Alexander. He's all done and dusted. He can straighten his back and watch the rest of the field come home. He had a good shear, this young fella. So just keep an eye on the points when they turn yellow. They're all totaled. So stands 1, 2 and 4 are all blow for blow pretty much as they work their way around onto the home side. So heat 3 in the intermediate. Martin Ressama, Manahi Fox, Rob Evans, Mika Duik, Corey Barracliff and Fraser Bryan, James Bryan. Heat 4, Conan Gray Harmon, Adam Hodges, Chris Dixon, Darcy Tong, Matthew Bench and Madison Bright. It's just moving forward.
Ronnie King, please, Ronnie King. Are you in the house? Here he comes.
So where are you, mate?
Are you from Aussie? Yeah, how do I say that? Yeah, I'm from Aussie.
So we're across the last side for Teresa. Going pretty hard down that last side, quickening up the pace a bit. A little bit of a difficult sheep. A couple of sheep ago, and she's once you get a few blows behind, it's hard to peg them back because the next sheep nose is just as fit. Puts the easy shot in.
Beautifully shorn, John.
Oh, pleasure to watch, pleasure to watch.
Well done, boys and girls. Heat number 1 of the Trust House Intermediate Shearing. We will have on stand number 6 and heat 2. Stand 6, Francisco Gonzalez. Gabriel Winters on stand 5. Natalia Rangiafua on stand number 4. Tyson Crown on 3. Tui Wilton on 2. And Big John Cherington on stand number 1.
All right, we're still going down here. Norm, we're pressing away at these. This is their 4th heat now of the pairs. And you'll see where the cavalry starts to come in here. These youngsters never pressed together before. But here they go. And they've got some wool in here. Oh, they're going to be swinging from the rafters. They're going to be calling on a few volunteers from the audience to get this baby down. We wanted 160 Ks, not 260 Ks. But hey, they're responding to the whip, are they not? Put a few eyes on them. They've turned up the heat. The turbocharge is out. Keep it going, young fellas. All the way. Oh, they got some wool in there. We'll know soon enough when we get her on the scales, won't we, as they come to the end. Full of zing. Never done this before. The only time they pressed before now was in the shed, and they haven't pressed together before. So the ambition and the fearlessness of some of these young competitors is great. And they seem to chuck that aside in these big moments and think, well, I want to have a go at the Golden Shears. I want to have a go at that baby. And so they are. Now they're on the stage doing it. Right, we've got Jackie Parku, Tristan Mackay, that is. Both shearers, okay. Jackie's got to go and shear in the intermediate soon. We've got the green light again, John.
Thanks very much, Gerald. And we're all on the board and a thumbs up. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. Away we go with heat number 2 of the Trust House Intermediate. These big, beautiful condition ewes from Butte Farm out on the board. Another 6 competitors and another 4 of these woolly sheep looking for a spot in the semi-finals. Big John Cherington from down south, way down the belly goes. He's a North Islander originally, but working and living out of there. Beautiful share of this boy. Tui Wilton from Masterton on stand number 2. Opens up the first hind leg. Tyson Crown now. Tyson's had a bit of success lately. He's on fire in this grade. Sort of up, see we sitting up near the top of the heap pretty much. Good, talented young guy. Natalia Rangiafa on stand number 4. She's through to the top of the head and steps through and up the neck. From Raglan, Natalia comes to us from. She's a beautiful shearer, John.
Yeah,
and,
working away very nicely. Just watching, they all want to make that semi-final, and that occurs on tomorrow afternoon, early in the afternoon. So how many heats have we got on this one, Norm?
Well, I'm not sure in total. They're still working through them. We're up to heat number 6.
We're up to heat number 2 and
7 heats by the look of it, maybe.
7 to 8 heats. So that it's been good all the way through the competition today. We've had plenty of support from the competitors, and that's more than the organisers can ask for. And we're coming across the last shoulder here on the front stand. As you say, we'll keep an eye on these young shearers. Some of this man from the south has talked about these promising young fellas from the other aisle coming up here to steal the crown, and everybody is in with the same sort of shot when they turn that handpiece on, and the judges will sort it out because we've got nothing to do with it. Down there on the far end, we have our Gonzalez. He's working away, concentrating. Very difficult. Stand number 6, you got an opportunity to check along the ball when you go into the pen to see how you're going, but well, there used to be a magician down that far end, and that was Colin King, and he used to shear back to front. He was a left-hander, and by golly, he could whip him out. So that stand down there knows how to handle fast sheep. Just got to get on with it. So Francisco Gonzalez about to put the finishing touches down there on stand number 6. Gabriel Winters finishing touches there on 5. Can't fault the look of that sheep from this distance. The Rangiavar down there on 4, dropping into the first off undermine now. She's 3 good shots down the belly. Flicks it out for the wool handler. Out the top of the leg. Sheep have been well crutched out by the presenters. The crutches, by golly, they've worked over 3,000 sheep for this event, and we got to take your hats off to them, because it's all blood, sweat and tears when you're out there handling these big sheep in around the 70 plus kilo mark. Up the long blow now comes Tyson Crown from Matara. He's nicely works onto the last side now, making sure he gets every little bit of fluff. You probably want to get your toothbrush and clean inside that ear as well. You took that much time to get around it. You wanted every slice of wool off there, and you've got it. Under the shoulder and down and out to the flank here on the front stand, Cherrington from Oamaru. Like crikey, he's got a long back on this fella. Steady as she goes, and he's just making it look easy. No panic, and they are inky pinky, by golly. Hey, the gear must be just humming as he's going down the last side. He certainly didn't suffer anything from the flight up. He's been imported from the south by these bunch of judges. He's come up here on the radar, but look at him go now. He just brings out a sheep nice and easy. Oh, Natalia's got one that's given her a bit of jip. You might have to give it mouth to mouth down there, Johnny Fraser. That's the sheep I'm talking about. Starting to panic a little bit, that sheep. Shouldn't do with a fine shearer as Natalia comes down under the shoulder and settles it down again nicely. Down the far end, good Winders steps into the pen. Just they're not in a rush, these shearers. They know if they go into the pen in a hurry, they're going to spook the sheep, and then you're in for trouble. Here goes Francisco, and he goes. Strong. Look at the arms on that man down there. By golly. He's just got a young female fall into his arms now, and he's about to rip the wool off it. Great stuff. Beautiful style. Totally relaxed in the job. He said he's coming here to win the intermediate class of the Golden Shears for 2019, the 59th time. Let's wish them luck, but of course there's another 30-odd guys that want the same sort of result at the end of the day. Cherrington over the top, Norm, as you say, he's got the wherewithal at the moment and looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's a very, very talented young shearer, along with Tyson Crown. Down the last side they pour together, these South Island boys. Beautiful job, both of them. So heat number 3 need to be down at the foot of the stairs, please. Martin Risa, Manahi Fox, Rob Evans, Micah Dakey, Corey Barracliff and James Bruin. I think Corey's up down there on the press, but he'll be up here as soon as he can. They need to be at the foot of the stairs. They're the next heat.
Should I go and have a cup of tea where you talk about the South Islanders? Or it won't take that long? No, you go for it.
You might have to go and have tea, mate. We could talk about them all day and still not tell you the whole story. Anyway, Tui Wilton into the pen. He steps. Young local fella, Masterton shearer, on stand number 2. Out on the board he comes with sheep number 4. And Gabriel Winders, down he comes.
Certainly making it look easier as they just drop it in one left in the pen.
Okay, so sorry, John. I'm just going to announce this so they know what they're doing. The novice final was the next event. Novice final was the next event, and the guys and girls that qualified in that into that novice final are as follows. In qualifying order, they are Taylor Locke, Adam Gordon, Renee Biggs, Gus Berger, Alice Watson, and Kerry Manson. So those, who was it? Kiari, thank you very much. Kiari Manson, so congratulations to those 6 shearers. They'll be in the novice final up after these heats. Kiari Manson.
They were just going on about it because I think it was that girl's sheep they put off and ran away.
So back here with the Shearing 4th and final sheep on the board. I don't know, it could be Tyson Crown coming down with the pace at the moment. He's doing pretty well on stand number 3. John Cherrington on up here on the front stand. Tui Wilton Masterton hopeful, but no, it's up here on the front. John Cherrington had a good shear. It looks pretty sharp. I'm talking about the points. Finishing touch there for Tyson Crown from Mataro as well. The rest of them are into the long blow in 4, 5 and 6, but Tui Wilton from Masterton working off that final leg, taking all the sock off. He said, I might get an extra point for that not taking off me, which is important at this stage of the game. One blow to go, and he's going to let it down the hole and reach for the buzzer. Natalia comes to the top of the shoulder now, under the shoulder and down there at the flank for Gabriel Winders. Gonzalez, likewise, blow for blow. He's thrown it in quick and nice and straight and from under the shoulder and down and out to the flank. And we've got about 5 or 6 shots left to go in this one. There's Natalia. Rangiafar comes down the last leg. Look at her go. She's caught up with Francesco Gonzalez after a bit of a battle. Well shorn, ladies and gentlemen. Well shorn. Gerald, how's that pressing going down there? I can see you're working hard. Your shirt's starting to hang out.
Yeah, you're right, John. She's hard work down here, just watching this. These competitors go hard out. So anyway, look, the heat before we've weighed these bales. So Jackie Parker and then Tristan Mackay did a 166, okay, 0.5. So it's a little bit much, but the husband and wife team done well there. Then the team, there was the youngsters from here, Ray Turman and Corey Badcliffe, also done a 166. So nothing in it, but the youngsters, of course, have a little bit of time points at 10 minutes 30, with over here doing 12 minutes 52. So that's where we are there. We've got 2 more heats to go. I'm just getting this last one organised.
I'll just butt in then, Gerald, while you're getting that organised, to get these guys on the board, please. James Bryan from Ireland on stand 6. Hop up, James. Corey Barracliff on 5, Micah Dakey on 4, Rob Evans on 3, Manahi Fox 2, and Martin Reisimer on stand number 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, wait, go for it. Okay, so while they're taking the stand, Heat 4 need to come up and sit just at the foot of the stairs, please. Conan Gray-Harmon, Adam Hodges, Chris Dixon, Darcy Tong, Matthew Bench, Madison Bright. So you guys need to, you competitors need to come up, please, and take your seats just at the foot of the stairs so you're ready to go straight on. Just waiting for the green light, Gerald. So what are you doing? What's up happening down there on the pressing? Looks like they're still getting things organised for their next heat.
I think he's just finding something to talk about. I've never known he's stuck for words yet.
So Gerald Spain, of course, from Invercargill in Southland, does a fantastic job down there on the pressing floor for us, that's for sure. So the boys are all ready. We're just waiting for the green light. We might get these fellas going before we pop back down to Gerald to start his heat, maybe. So they're all at their door, and we have the green light. So timekeeper's ready. Heat number 3 it is. Competitors, set, go. And away we go. So heat number 3 on the board, another 6 shearers. Same deal, another 4 sheep, John.
Yeah, they're going to work into it away. So, Mahir Foxy thought, well, I might just sneak into the pen and have a quick look at my sheep. Hello. There was one sitting at the door for him because we said go. And I said, well, you just can't muck around when you get up there. You've got to set your gear up and be ready to fire. But when the gong goes, and they're going to do extremely well. They've got an advantage this time round, of course, being heat number 3. 2 heats are gone. They know the time. They know what the sheep are, how they're performing. You just got to be relaxed. Shear them fast, shear them clean. Job done.
All right, I'll just get in there, John, if that's okay. We've got another heat to get another job done down this end. So on the front press here, we've got John O'Hicks and Jimmy Samuels. They are your current peers champions, okay? They're at the top of the pedestal at the moment. Then down here we've got 2 Gordon brothers. We've got Adam and Joseph. your local boys. Rightio, in that case, once again, let's get her underway. The judges are ready. Pressers, on your marks, get set, go. All right, back to you, John and Norm.
Thank you, Gerald. So, a big lot of shearers to get through the rest of the day. We'll just keep trucking along, remembering that we are going straight on with the final of the novice shearing at the completion of this event, this intermediate event sponsored by Trust House. Those novice shearers, be ready to go. You know who you are. Over the shoulder on the last side, down the far end is James Boyan, looking to make it nice and easy, the Welshman. Right across the shoulder now. Big swings. He probably could have had one more shot on that long blow to make that last shoulder not quite so large. Needs to straighten up those shots and go down to the flank pretty quickly. Corey Barracliff, the young fellow from up at Pew Pew. He's on stand number 5. His shearing's in his blood, this fella. He's working down the first off leg. Mikhail Dorchek working away the Australian. Big shots on the undermine. Good long arms, good long back, long legs to suit. 3 good shots up the undermine and over the top he comes. Rob Evans from Tikikino. Wow, look at this man mountain. Reiki. Absolute giant of a shearer. The power, proportionally just absolutely well trimmed. And he's into it. It's very relaxed style he's got, and the sheep seems to be going to sleep at the moment. I hope we don't put the mockers on him. Here, Fox, down the off leg now, the undermine, 2 shots, 3-1, just opening it up for the judges to have a look. Oh, didn't get one there, that's good. Now the sheep wants to dance. Look how wide that sheep is across the back. By golly, she got down in a bit of a cattle rut, she wouldn't get up. Up over the top he comes, sweeping blows. Judge looking in there for any second cuts on the top knot. Now that has been an astute judge. Round the back of the head, and we know very well Neil Sidwell will be doing his best up there for sure. Up the long blow now comes Martin Oresma. Martin comes up the top now, the Masterton man, swinging for home. The bright lights are showing how nice and round on the skin these sheep are. Masterton can be proud of that. Oh, look at those big strong arms. Rob Evans says, let me in for another beast. It's my day. I'm going to make it through. So the scores have been good up here this afternoon, as they were this morning as well. And it just shows the sheep from Brute Farm of Nick Balfour are well presented. Nice and open-faced. Not too much wool around the back of the legs. We'll get a change of handpiece for our Welshman down the far end. He's thinking his head, crikey. Oh, sorry, he's going to be insulted. I thought it was a Welshman. It's an Irishman. Just looked at the green on the flag and thought, well, yeah, that's it. But I didn't look hard enough. So James Boyer, round the undermine he goes. Corey Barracliff turns for home down the last side. Last side getting completed by Australian shearer Mika Dolchek. Out the last leg he goes. Rob Evans is into the long blow. Manahi Fox. Masterton shearer. Easy, smooth reaction. Floats it up those 2 big shots along the backbone before he turns to the top lot. 4th sheep on the board now for Corey Barracliff, Norm. It looks like he's got it under control. You're working away, he's grabbed the wrong mic.
She's all going on up here, John, at the old commentary table.
I thought you drifted off somewhere.
No, hell no. No. I'm right on.
Oh, you were talking to the sweet girls down the end.
Right on top of my game, just chatting. Not chatting, just discussing things with the girls. So yeah, Corey Barraclough down there, up around the base, into the base of the ear, but Micah Dakey from Australia, he's right there with him on sheep number 4, John. So way through the long blow, the young Aussie goes on stand 4, sheep 4. Around another couple of shots, he'll be turning for home. So it's a bit of a race between the Kiwi and the Aussie at the moment. Down over the last front shoulder, they come together. So Corey, love the mullet, young fella. Love that mullet. He's coming down over the front shoulder, under the leg. Micah Dakey, not too far away. Just a couple of shots in it, really, as Corey drops down into the flank on the last side. Wants to make a bit of a race of it. He didn't want that Aussie fella beating him off. And goes the local fella, Martin Reesema. Manahi Fox not far away, and he'll be stepping in for sheep number 4. But Corey Barraclough, young man from Pew Pew, stands and straightens his back. Micah Dakey, he can stand as well. And watch the rest of the field come home. Well done, guys. Stands 4 and 5, all done and dusted. Time clocks have been stopped for those fellas. Manahi Fox, another local share on stand 2. Out on the board he steps. And away down the belly. Rob Evans from Tikakino down under the front leg. Way down the last leg, he sweeps. Sheep number 4 it is on the board for Rob. Just a few shots and he'll be looking for the time switch as well. So we need to have heat 4 at the foot of the stairs ready to go up. Conan Greyharman, Adam Hodges, Chris Dixon, Darcy Tong, Matthew Bench and Madison Bright, please. They need to be ready to go up. Down the last side, pours James Broyan, our Irish shearer. Down there on stand number 6. Great to see these international shearers here. Punches down onto the back leg. Another couple of shots and it'll see him all swept off. Turning for home is Martin Reesema on stand number 1. Manahi Fox not far away, making a beautiful job, this young guy, as he sweeps it wool off the backbone, turns for home, wipes the cheek off, and down on the last front shoulder. So this young man's got the quality going on, that's for sure. He knows that's where it's at. James Bryan has hit the time clock. He's all done and dusted. So this is heat number 3 of the Trust House Intermediate. Another couple of shots for the local man. Stand number 1 out it goes. And Manahi Fox on stand 2 is going to have the last say on this heat, but not by much. Right out of the toe he sweeps. Everything's coming off for that young fella. Well done, Manahi. Give them a hand, folks. Heat number 3 that was. Awesome.
Very good. Thanks very much, Norm. Right, we've got running time down here. The reigning champions on press 1, of course, 8 minutes and 3 seconds. And that just really does show in the earlier heats of Jeremy and Vinnie Goodger. They banged her out in 5 minutes 38. But at the moment, we're around that 8-minute mark. And the smiling assassin, Jimmy Samuels and John O'Hicks is going to be ready for their hand in their ear. No, it's a tidy up. Presentations all the way. There we go. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, if you're taking note. That was a super display there. The 2 youngsters down here, the 2 brothers, saying, oh, come on, mate, get it in there. Come on. Doing the wee tidy up. One more heat to come after this. The swapper jobs here. Taking the more physical jobs and shearing them out. Bit like opening a gate. If everyone takes a turn of opening it, spreads the load. There we go. Adam Gordon does the finishing touches. Once again, it's duck shooting time. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Bailk out. They must have a wee fan base in the audience, I'm sure of it. The door is open. The muscles of Joseph, this big rugby player, has a wee tidy up. I might be a big, strong fella on the rugby paddock, but here we are at the Golden Shears. We need presentation. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done, guys. And well done, Gerald. So just while we're waiting for the green light, can we have Taylor Locke, Adam Gordon, Renee Biggs, Gus Berger, Alice Watson, and Kiari Manson up here to draw for their stands for their big final?
Adam, Adam, you're up for the final, mate. You need to get your gear on.
Oh, Adam, he's into everything today, this young fella, going really, really well. So he can come up and draw for a stand, and then he can get himself sorted out for his next event. We have the green light, folks. Heat number 4 it is. At your door, boys. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. And we're off. Heat number 4 in the Trust House Intermediate Shearing event here at the Golden Shears this year. Great event once again, as the Golden Shears always is. But next year, of course, the 60th anniversary of the Golden Shears. And we're going to see something pretty special here next year, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're all back. Make sure all the competitors enter. Bring your mates with you, because it's going to be a big one next year, the 60th anniversary. They are promising something very special for us. So looking forward to that one. A huge occasion here at the Golden Shears next year. But, of course, we've got to get through this year first. John, this is only day 1.
Wow.
I might just dive in there, John, if that's okay. So we've had a way up down here because there's going to be a lot of interest. You've got your reigning champions, John O'Hicks and Jimmy Samuels. The 160 is still the mark, and they come in with a 152. Okay, so not quite enough wheat picks there. And then, of course, you've got your local boys, Adam Gordon and Joseph Gordon, the 2 brothers from Masterton. We're still looking for the same marker, 160, and they come in with 162, ladies and gentlemen. That was worth the interruption and an announcement, I can tell you that. 162. Thank you, Norm.
Yeah, thanks, Gerald. So heat number 5 need to be at the foot of the stairs, please, just sitting in the bleachers there. Liam Pritchard, Callum Pritchard, Daniel Biggs, Stu Robson, Bradman Franks, and Mark Ferguson. You need to be sitting down at the stand. That is the next heat. You need to be ready to go, please. So hop down at the foot of the stairs and wait patiently. Heat 6, Paora Mawanaroa, Jackie Paku, Toya Russell, Tawera Brown, Ryan Addison, Mitchell Menzies. Heat 7, Ruben Alabaster, Kyle Stevens-Meta, Keith Swan, Tarn Hollis, Matthew Hunt, Braden Clifford. So that's just the heats moving forward in the Trust House Intermediate, John. This time, heat 4 it is on the board, and sheep 1 for most of them, but Chris Dixon got 2 out. Madison Bright got 2 out.
Oh, they're working away at that, Chris Dixon. He's sailing away, you'd have to say, the Ekatahuna man. A bit of a namesake in the yachting fraternity a few years back, but he's showing the way here at the moment. He's just blowing the wool off the sheep. Doing a marvellous job. Colin Gray got sheep number 2 on the board. Down here, that's the Masterton man up on the front stand. Adam Hodges on stand at number 2. Out the last leg on sheep 1. But he's a half a sheep behind the pacemaker. The lad from Geraldine. He's got to pick up the pace a little bit, but he's got that one out of the road. Now he'll be able to concentrate. Then we've got Darcy Tong down there on stand number 4. Out the last leg. Let it go down the porthole. You got enough fluff off that one. Into the bend for another one. Matthew Beach down there on stand number 5. Swooping blows up under that undermine now. Right down over his sheep, right where you're supposed to be, having that sheep cradled in between your legs there, so that it sits nicely on its cheekbone, or cheek muscle, sorry. That's the bottom cheek I'm talking about, not the cheek on its head. And very important not to be sitting the sheep on the bone. But these sheep are well rounded. They shouldn't be feeling any pressure on their bones at the moment. As Madison Bright, the big fella, races down that last side. By golly, he's making it look easy at the moment. Sheep number 2 almost completed. Sheep 3 on the board now for Chris Dixon. Swooping down the Ekatahuna lad. A lot of good shearers that come out of that Ekatahuna in the last few seasons, by golly. And some great wool handlers as well. Around the back of the head now comes a Tai Happy Tong. Ooh, moving it away nicely, working right down over his sheep. You'd be hoping he doesn't get too much perspiration on his forehead. Might steam his glasses up a little bit as he drops into the off shoulder. But he'll be used to it day in and day out, no doubt. Under the bright lights here at Masterton for 2019. The 59th time we've been running a competition here. Well, not just me or any of my cohorts, but way back the old people that engineered it, the young farmers and the likes. They've done a marvellous job, and it's stood the test of time. Beautiful shearing once again here, Norm. They're making it look easy.
Making it look easy, they certainly are. Conan Gray just slides into the pen. Sheep number 3 coming on for Conan, and 1 left in the pen for him. Adam Hodges finishing touches, young boy from Geraldine in South Canterbury. Onto the board with 3 for him. Chris Dixon down the last side. He's on sheep number 3, so he's just got 1 left in the pen. He's not far from going in and looking for it. Darcy Tong has to bring the head through and right out onto the back leg he rolls. Keeps it under control nicely now. Matthew Bench here, young Aussie shearer down there on stand number 5, shearing nicely. Round and towards the first front shoulder. Madison Bright down there on stand 6. Wipes the wool off the back end of the sheep. Over the tail he rolls and steps in for his 4th and final sheep. He's on the board with Chris Dixon for 4. Stands 3 and 6, having a bit of a ding-dong battle. The rest of the shearers have sheep number 3 on the board. Conan Gray, Adam Hodges, Darcy Tong, Matthew Bench. But Matthew Bench, last front shoulder for him on 3. Won't be long, and he'll be looking for his 4th and final sheep as well. Conan Gray and Adam Hodges, blow for blow as they sweep up over the backbone. Wrap it round their right knee and turn for home. That's if it'll let them, of course. Sheep just having a wee bit of influence on that turning for home thing with Adam Hodges, but anyway, he's got it under control, and down over the shoulder he drops.
I'll just dive in there, Norm, if that's okay. Thank you. Hey, we'll just get our last and final heat of the doubles pressing underway. We've got Tyrone Oliver and Christine Woland. So that's a mother and son team. And then we've got a couple of newcomers here, Tiffany Moye and Elijah Parku. Okay, first time together in the pressing competition. Judges are ready. Pressers on your marks. Set. Go. Thanks, Norm.
Thank you, Gerald. So the pressers working hard down there, getting through the teams event by the look of it, John. So she's all go here at the Golden Shears Stadium once again for the 59th time.
Well, I just saw on the sign there 34 years or something the pressers have been attached to the Golden Shears. So it's stood the test of time. While the more modern techniques of pressing involve electricity, you cannot beat the big brawn and brain. For you need a presser one way or the other, and you may as well fill his day in by having to stitch up bales. Out the last leg there on stand number 6, but it's going to be your Chris Dixon, the Eketahuna lad, completes the task, and what did he get it out in about 7.5 minutes or just under. Madison Bright right there done the job as well.
Ronnie King, could you come to the announcer's desk, please? Ronnie King.
Darcy Tong just gone in for the 4th and final one. Over the shoulder comes Matthew Bench. Working across that last leg, the Australian. Using that left hand. A little bit of practice and he'll be maybe shearing in the teams events a little bit later on. Who knows? I haven't quite studied the field yet, but he's coming out the last side. Whatever his aim is here, he wants to qualify for the semi-finals of this event. Adam Hodges from Geraldine got away to a bit of a slow start, but he's pulled him back down. Down the last side comes Conan Gray. Working out that last leg. All these shearers are capable of shearing up to 305 in an 8-hour day. Round the back of the head and down onto the first shoulder goes Darcy Tong. Finishing touches there from Adam Hodges. We're about 20 seconds away from completing the 4th heat of this Trust House Intermediate shearing. Swooping blows. The tie happy Tong comes around the back of the head off the long blow. Got to keep that sheep nice and close to the legs so that he can try and eliminate the escape route for it. And then, of course, hopefully let it go down the porthole once you've got the final shot in. Under the shoulder and down and out to the flank for the 4th time. It just depends. You maybe you have to shear fast at home, but to get into different surroundings, different sheep. The pressure of the lights, but the power. You've still got the magic if you can get the wool off these shearers, off these sheep, young shearers. Well done We'll now move on to heat number 5. And could they take the board, please? Heat number 5. Don't be shy.
Up they come. Heat 5 it is. Taking the board now. They should all be there. They've been called. Heat number 6. They need to come and sit at the foot of the stairs, please. Paora Moana Jackie Paku, Toia Rosal, Tawera Brown, Ryan Addison and Mitchell Menzies. You guys are heat 6. You're next up, so can you please come down and help at the foot of the stairs. So stand 6. Mark Ferguson, where are you, Mark? Here he comes. So stand 6, please, at the foot of the stairs, and we'll get these guys underway as soon as we get a green light. So what's happening down there, Gerald?
Yes, she's all good here. Mother and son. Christine telling the youngster what to do. Tyrone been in a full-time pressing job the last couple of years. He leaves it out here. He's a great competitor. He was competing up here as a school kid. And he looked like he's going to have a big future in rugby, and I was going to kidnap him and take him back to Southland. He wasn't too keen on that idea. And of course, his mother has been a past winner here in the individual, Christine, and second top qualifier at the moment. So we're going to see her in the final tomorrow morning. So lots of action that way. But in between times, we won't get ahead of ourselves. It'll get too confused. We're just here in the moment doing what needs to be done. So here we go, the youngster. Tyrone Oliver. Come on, young fella, you enjoy the spotlight. That's it. Smile on your face. You always do great work when you're happy, buddy. Away you go. Come on, Ty. Look at him go. Look at the physique on this boy. We've got the green light.
We have got the green light. Just waiting for the referee, though, so a couple more seconds. This is the Trust House Intermediate Shearing Heats. Heat number 5 on the board. 6 waiting in the wings, please. All on the board, shearers. Just waiting for another sheep to replace the one that's gone. Mr. Paul Harris is our referee up there. Thank you to Paul, and of course all our shearing judges down up on the board and down the back. Huge thanks to you guys from all corners of the country, and one from Australia as well, somewhere along the board or somewhere outside. Thanks, Paul. He gives us a thumbs up. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. Ooh, Callum, you just need to wait for the go, mate, before you open the door. You beat me to it. But anyway, away we go. Heat number 5 on the board. The first of 4 out. Liam Pritchard, Callum Pritchard. On stands 1 and 2. Daniel Biggs there on 3. Stuart Robson 4. Bradman Franks on 5. And Mark Ferguson winds into the back leg on stand number 6. 4 sheep in total. And up the neck they go with the first sheep. Not much in it as you'd expect this early on, but these guys vying for a spot in the top 18, I think. Be 18. Away into the long blow for Liam Pritchard on stand 1, and Daniel Biggs and Stuart Robson from Scotland on stand number 4. Long blow time also for Mark Ferguson down the far end. But round on towards the last cheek and the home side on the sheep number 1 of this heat. A lot of these guys are, and looks like Liam Pritchard just striding out in front, but right there is the Scotsman, Stuart Robson, right out of the hind leg. Another couple of shots for these boys, and they'll be looking for sheep number 2. 1 minute and 35 seconds gone on the clock. And goes Stu Robson, the Scotty boy there on stand 4. Now Liam hops in on stand number 1. So a minute 45 and they're back out on the board of the sheep number 2. And Daniel goes Big Daniel Biggs. Callum Pritchard in and out. So change of steel there for Callum. Just wasn't happy with the way that one was combing. Or that comb was running rather. So he's doing the right thing, getting rid of it. He doesn't want to put himself under pressure. And away he goes down the belly. Callum Pritchard on stand number 2. Daniel Biggs from Mangamahu opens up the first hind leg, turns, slides up the undermine. 1, 2 big blows. And into the top of the head this time. Steps through and up the neck, chucks a big uppercut under the chin. And the cheek will come off. Base there and around the back of the head.
Well, we'll just keep on moving along as we go. We look at him and hear Pritchard dropping into the first off shoulder now. Liam Pritchard on the front stand. There's a few blows in front. Masterton, Liam
Stay up there.
comes over the shoulder. Second sheep almost completed for him as he comes to the top of the shoulder now and down and out to the flank. Daniel Biggs from Mangamahu, that's up in the back blocks of the Whanganui. He's coming across. Got shearing in his blood too. Look at a big long lean fellow with a big strong back, and down and out to the flank he goes. Stewie Robertson. Out the last leg for him. Over the top comes Bradman Franks down the far end. On stand number 5, stand number 6, Mark Ferguson. Right out that last leg he reaches now. But where's all the pace at the moment? It's the Pritchards up here on the front. Liam had a bit of a kicker there. He's starting to readjust. Callum's picked him up, a couple of blows on him. Daniel Biggs on 3 round the back of the belly, and he's just turned away from me slightly as he now swings towards that undermined. Opens out the wool on the top of the leg and comes through the big shots up the flat of the back. Up over the big tail of these well-rounded sheep from Brute Farm. Off for the top knot, 2 shots. Up over the tail likewise is Stewie Robson. Franks down on stand number 5, following suit likewise Ferguson further back. But the pace coming in stand number 2. Callum Pritchard rocketed in. He might have got a quick jump over the fence at the when the gate was open, but whoa, the sheep's making him pay for it. Oh, you could feel that one go in, couldn't you? Just makes you all tense up now as Liam comes back to the fore here on the front stand. Daniel Biggs says, I'm not cut out of the game yet, and we know we've got to stay within the time of the fastest shearer. But you look at those board points up there, ladies and gentlemen, they are something astounding. I am pretty impressed with the way things are going. So this tells me 2 things. We've got high quality shearers and we've got high quality sheep. And the 2 are doing battle at the moment. Wee bit of adjustment. Remember to breathe, boys, and relax. Transfer that relaxedness into the sheep. It's the 3rd and sheep gone down the portal. Sheep number 4 coming out for Liam Pritchard. Callum cost him a couple of blows with a fighter on that last side. Stewie Robson says, I'm in there with the money. There's a quick look down the board. Gently pulls his sheep back. Daniel Biggs. I was nearly going to call him Dawson, but that's his father, and he's was a great shearer in his time. And goes the big tall beanpole. Hey boy, when he straightens up, he'll cover half the sun. Hey, he's a big tall cooter. Look at him, out comes another one for Bradman Franks. Finishing touches and down the portal. Stand number 6, Mark Ferguson. I still can't get over the scoring on these sheep. Our judges blind. Oh, this is just such a high quality job. These sheep are going out inky pinky, ladies and gentlemen. You'd be very proud to have these running in your front section for the public to look at. Down the first off leg, there you go. Stand number 3. Big shots. A little bit of dust on that one. Well, just a bit of two-tie stain against the skin. No drama for Daniel Biggs. He handled it. No phase at all for Liam Pritchard as he steams down the last side, Norm. Making it look pretty easy. Likewise as Pritchard on 2. But it's going to be the front stand to get off first.
Yeah, like you said, John, make it look easy. Just strokes the wall off the last side. Liam Pritchard all done and dusted. Callum Pritchard reaches for the red button. Time clock for those two guys have stopped. And the next fella down the line looks like it's going to be Stuart Robson from Scotland on stand number 4. Rolls around under the hamstring. Goes back for the sock wall. Got to take it off, keep them old judges happy. They're pretty particular, them old judges. Over the tail for Daniel Biggs. And he'll be reaching for the button as well, the big fella. The Biggs fella.
Is it a requisite for judges to have grey hair or no hair?
Oh, it's not a requirement, but it looks like it looks like it is.
They've all been to the same hairdresser.
Yeah, they got that experienced haircut, a lot of these guys up there. So Mark Ferguson, he's all done and dusted down there at the end, and Bradman Franks, finishing touch, he's going to have the last say in heat number 5. And we'll be moving on to heat 6. Well done. Give them a hand, folks. Heat 5 in the Trust House sponsored intermediate sharing heats.
150, buddy.
And heat 6. I don't know how you're going to go here, John, but we have on stand number 6, Mitchell Menzies. Ryan Edison on 5, Tawera Brown on 4, Toia Russell on 3, Jackie Paco on 2, and Paola Moanaroa on stand number 1.
Very good, thank you, Norm. So, hey, look, the last heat of Tyrone Oliver and Christine Woland, the peers, the last heat there, they're on this press, they did a 162.5 and they wanted a 160, so that is very good. Thanks, buddy. And the other pair here, Tiffany Moye and Elijah Parku, did a 155.5. So that was the wrap-up of the doubles, all right? So once again, thank you to our sponsors, Farmlands Cooperative and Woolpacks New Zealand. That leads us into 2 heats of the novice. This is a brand new event here at the Golden Shears to encourage the youth to have a go. So on press 1, we have here Cody Short from Masterton, okay? Down here we have Wairarapa.
Hi folks out there in the World Wide Web, welcome back to the Golden Shears. We're heading well into the afternoon and I have to say that there hasn't been a let up since 7:45 this morning. The stadium has never stopped. We didn't have time to have a bit of lunch and it's so well organised that they've been able to roster it on, so when the shearing judges are having a bit of time off to go and have some lunch, well, the wool handlers are in action and pressing is going on as well. We'd like to welcome into the studio Rob Evans from Tikokino in Central Hawke's Bay. Rob is the senior manager there at the Smedley Training Farm. So Rob, welcome along to the Golden Shears for the year 2019. And look, I just have to, I've singled you out really, because you're a man that leads from the front. I've just seen you shearing in the heats. How did you go?
Don't really know what happened around me, but just got in and had a go, so that's good.
Well, that's what they say. You lead from the front, and you certainly do that. So Smedley Station, how many trainees have you got there?
We've got 22 on the ground now, so 11 first year, 11 second year. So.
Do you have to have a tutor for every trainee?
No, we've got, I think it's about 10 staff on the ground. So varying from fencing to the workshop and tractors to stock and block managers and 2 cooks and training manager looks after all the theory side. So
okay.
Yeah, pretty busy.
And how long is the course for a trainee?
2 years. So you come in your first year and learn all your general skills, your fencing and building and handpiece work and tractor driving and mechanics and all that sort of stuff. And then the second year you come with a broken in Hunaway ready to get on a horse and chase sheep. So.
Still ride horses on Smedley?
Yep. Yeah, still a big part of what we do. We've tried to add a little bit of technology into what we do, but keep hold of our traditional stock stuff and horses and that are a big part of that. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, we follow Smedley. Well, it's just up the road from good old Dannyverk, and we watch and we go to field days and we see the boys fencing and here. And you brought 14 trainees down to the Golden Shears, and they've all taken part.
Yeah, we've got 11 cadets. We've got 10 second years and 1 first year, and there's three of us staff had to go. So.
And I see one of your boys is qualified for the novice final.
Yeah. Taylor Locke, he's from Dannyverk. He's qualified, I think he's qualified number 1 for the novice final.
He top qualified for the final.
I think he's top qualified. So we had another boy was in the semis, so that's been a good day.
Do you have anybody in the novices?
Yeah. And we had, so there would have been 9 competed in the novice at the start and 2 cadets in the juniors, plus 2 staff, and then myself in the intermediates.
Wow, well, it's a great place. And how easy it is to get into Smedley?
No, it's not easy. There's a process. I think this year's 11 we've got came from 80 applications. So there's a bit of a process, and you got to come to open day and see what it's all about, and then interview and show us that this is where you want to be, and show a bit of passion for the agriculture, and you want to get in, get your hands dirty, and get on with it.
You're obviously part of the selection committee?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, would you take foreigners?
We've got an act of parliament, so we're sort of restricted to that, and one of the parts of that is that it got to be New Zealand citizens. So.
I asked that question, Rob, because there's a lot of foreigners here at the moment, and there was a couple of young boys, and they were talking about how do we get on and get involved with Smedley, because it's not easy to get into, is it?
No, it's not, and when it was gifted to the Crown, part of that stipulation there was New Zealand young people, and so that's what we're stuck with.
Good old Aotearoa people.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming in and sharing a little bit of that. And we do know that the training side of is a little unsettled, but I'm sure out of it will rise a phoenix and we'll have a really good thing. But that's not really bothering you guys at the moment, is it?
No, it's that doesn't seem to worry us too much. We're pretty comfortable and pretty happy where we are and what we're doing. So we're just moving forward. And
so do the guys get level 3s and 4s out of this with you?
We do a level 3 and 4 with EIT, so they spend 1 day a week in the classroom, and that gets them their level 3 in the first year and level 4 in the second year. So. Yeah,
because I do know that when your guys are starting to graduate, there's 4 jobs for them, really, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, is there anybody back at the station that's been watching today? I'm sure, or there's half of them are back there now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think the juniors are supposed to be in a lecture, so they're probably watching. A few staff, so yeah, hope it's all going well back at the station.
Well, the World Wide Web is beaming live, and somewhere around between 70 and 100,000 view it over the time. So you've put Smedley on the map, and thank you very much for coming in and talking to us.
No worries.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you very much there, folks, and we'll go back to the stadium. Thank you, Toby.
Across the skin instead of bubbling it up. Menzies down the number 6. 3 shots. They're going for the 3 shots. He's a big sheep over the back end. What you call a chisel type of sheep. They're narrower in the shoulder and wide in the back end, and that's good for breeding purposes. Out the last leg now comes the Taiwara Brown. Just rolls that leg up and the fluff just flies off the bottom of those 13 teeth. Couple of extra shots just to make sure he didn't miss that leftover undermined wool on as he brings out sheep number 4. Judges go along in a regular change. Still very good scoring up there, low scoring, and that's on the board points. That is exceptional. Great shearing. Amazing to see what we're going to get when we get into the higher classes. Maybe we'll get some duck eggs, what we call a 0-0. Jackie Paku now comes up over the top. Working away, sheep number 3. Still got a little bit of work in front of her. Turning onto the last side. There's Ryan Addison down on stand number 5. Across the shoulder of the Welshman. Over the shoulder and down and out to the flank for Mitchell. Down on the far end. Peoria Manaraw here on the front stand. Sheep number 4 on the board. Sheep number 4, Toyo Rossell. The Spanish man comes around the back of the head. Make it look easy. That handpiece is just floating off at the bottom of his arm. But the pace still going now. Here on stand number 5. Stand number 4. The pace from Tawera Brown over the shoulder on the money side of the sheep. Another one out for Ryan Addison. The 4th and final for him. So the pressure, no worries for him as he comes down the last side. Tawera Brown just swooping it out with every shot. Grabs a little bit of skin and rolls it into the palm of his hand and hangs on for the dear life as he comes down that last side. Gets it out in just a shade over 7 minutes. What a great shear from the Martin Borough lad, by crikey. He's happy enough. He has a look at his score. He says, well, I've done my best. He's got an average of 1.3 second cuts, and by golly, that tells the story. That tells the story. Jackie Parku now, 4th and final sheep on the board. Peora Manaroa, over the last side he comes. Hey, some people worry about spelling this man's name or pronouncing it. Well, I go fishing off the Peora Road up in Taranaki, so it's quite easy as he comes down the last side. Got a few fish there last week too, I might tell you, you South Islanders.
Well, where is it?
Oh,
where is it?
Used. It's all used. Over the last leg he comes now. Ekatahuna can be proud. Shorn very well. Got a 1.5 on the board. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, still a little bit of work to do down on stand 5 and 6. That sheep says, I'm not finished with you yet, young Mitchell Menzies. I'll give you a little bit of a curry up on that last side. Very close to the trucking arena out there. You're going across to the barbecue at the Horseshoe. But he gets the wool off and the sheep survives. Down the porthole it goes. Still got one more heat to go on this one, Norm.
Yep, one more heat.
So we're coming out the last leg. Down the hole now for Ryan Addison. Jackie Parker's got, half the sheep shorn. Doing very well after a difficult first sheep. Blamed the handpiece, but it was just a very fiery sort of an animal. She's got it under control, and she's coming over that last side now. Gerald, things going pretty well for you. We'll come to you very shortly as we come down and out the last leg.
So last leg it is for Jackie Pucker. Just you were just saying you've been fishing, John. I just recall a salmon fishing competition was on the weekend, and one of the biggest salmon I've ever heard of being caught this weekend by a one-armed fisherman. It was this big. Big bloody salmon, I'll tell you that. Well done. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Heat number 6. Trust Out sponsored the event. And we will get heat 7 on the board, please. Braden Clifford on stand 6. Matthew Hunt on 5. Tan Hollis on 4. Keith Swan on 3. Kyle Stevens-Mitter on stand number 2. Ruben Alabaster on stand 1. Up you go, boys.
All right, thanks, Norm. So we've got Cody Short. It's quite good keeping it busy anyway. These young novice don't need a whole lot of pressure or added pressure to them. Just let them do their work at a steady old pace. But again, a couple local boys here. Okay, Cody Short working for Paddy Mason from Masterton. This Paddy has a whole lot of staff working for him. He's must bring a bit of money towards Masterton, that young fella. And Waimeo here, having a bit of a tidy up. He was doing a bit of labouring here and there around the place, and went into the sheds just 6 months ago. He thought I might have a go at this pressing and shearing thing. And he just told me before he got going here, he was enjoying it. He's just loving the shed work and the shed life and the camaraderie and everything that goes with the hard graft of the wool industry in general. But here he is.
So we'll just interrupt you there, Gerald. We've got a green light. We'll get these guys on the board. We'll set them alight. This is the last heat in the Trust House sponsored intermediate shearing. And another 4 of these beautiful sheep from Butte Farm. Big thanks to Nick Balfour out there at Butte Farm. I'll get these guys started off because John McBride's choking on fish bones. I'm probably not going to choke on any fish bones because he didn't bring many fish after his fishing trip. Thanks very much, John, for that. Out on the board, guys, please. Let's get rolling. Heat number 7. It is. Everyone's at the door. Thumbs up from the referee. Thank you. Timekeeper's ready. Competitors set, go. And away we go, John McBride. Heat number 7, the last of the Trust House intermediate heats up on the board, vying for a spot in the semi-final.
I must admit it was a nice bit of John Dory and Teraki and the likes of Snapper, and beautiful stuff up there on the coast. Hey, but anyway, back fishing. Back shearing. Got to get the whole job right. We're great to see our 7th and final heat up here. Ruben Alabaster. Seen him here for quite a number of seasons now. Came through as about an 8 or 9-year-old, started competing. Sat on top and bounced around the sheep over a number of seasons, and now he's here shearing in the intermediate. And he's got shearing in his blood, this young man, Kyle Stevens-Bitter from Masterton on the stand number 2. Flying up the long blow. Making it look easy at the moment, Keith Swan from Wairarapa. Quite a strong Wairarapa contingent coming down here according to the program. Tarn Hollis coming across the shoulder on the money side of the sheep. Maybe just sheep, maybe just the shade of light the way it's looking, but is he getting a good cut? Looks to be not doing too bad. The score's not going up against him too hard, so he rolls that one out. Tikaraka, the man on number 4. Math Hunt down on number 5. Shot that one down the porthole pretty quick. And he's doing marvellous. He flipped the belly down the push behind him for the bull handler to remove down the first off leg. 2, 3, 2 up over the tail, 3 up over the tail. Is he? No, he's just going for the 2. He must have put those shots in nice and deep.
For the novice, yeah.
Braden Clifford down on the far end. Sheep number 2 on the board. They know they've got about 7 minutes to do these big woolies in as Swan brings out another one. Leans back so he can get all the wool off the brisket and get the straight shots down the belly. The pace, though, looks to be up here on the front stand. He says, I've been here a couple of times before. I need to get on with the job. Shear 'em fast, shear 'em clean, and wait for the judges to knock you down if you've made a mistake or two. Ruben Alabaster sitting on top of the sheep nicely as he comes down the last side. Closest to him will be stand number 4, Tarn Hollis. Likewise, all very close, Matt Hunt down there on number 5. Change of steel now for Alabaster. He says, maybe I'll just try this other comb out. Maybe he felt a little bit of a scratch. Maybe he didn't quite prepare the first one just as he'd like, but it's too late now. It's gone off and you've gone with the flesh blade. Made the decision. That's the thing. Make the decision and go with it. Under the shoulder and down and out the flank for Keith Swan. Out the last leg for Kyle Stevens-Mitter. Last leg time for Braden Clifford as well. 7th and final heat of the Trust House Intermediate. Wairarapa drops down the chute. Last to change he is. Has a quick look along the board. Don't worry about it. Just keep the hammer down. Sheep number 3. Half short here on the front stand for Alabaster. Doing a marvellous job. Very good low scores up now for Matthew Hunt, who's down on stand number 5. Firing the big shots up the long blow and turns onto the last side. Whipping down over the shoulder. 4 shots off the pace. He'd like to hear that. He says, I'm right in the money here. Round the back of the head comes Mitter on stand number 2. Into the long blow time for Braden Clifford. Got to leave it all on the board on this one, guys, otherwise there's no more chances. Here goes Alabaster into the pen. 4.5 minutes gone now as they stepping forward into the pen for sheep number 4. Matthew Hunt, he's chasing hard on the heels of Alabaster. Trust House, you've got to be proud of the way these young competitors are going to their task up here. 2019, Norm. They seem to be handling it very, very well.
Oh, no doubt about it. Just some very, very talented competitors up there on the stage, and has been for the last 7 heats. Well done. Kyle Stevens, in he goes. Sheep number 4 on the board for Kyle. Keith Swan steps in for 4 as well. In goes Braden Clifford down there, young man all the way from Waikaka in Southland. Got sheep number 4 on the board. But young Ruben Alabaster leading the field this stage as he turns down over the last front shoulder. All the shearers with their 4th and final sheep on the board. But Ruben looking for a finish very shortly. Down the last side he pulls, the big man. Right out on the back leg. Another couple of shots. And he'll be looking for the wee red button behind him to stop his clock. Rolls around under the hamstring, over the tail. Slides it out the hole easy as you like. Take that. Well done, Ruben. And the rest of the field. Matthew Hunt down there on stand number 5. He stretches his back. Also from Waikaka. And turning for home now is Kyle Stevens, Mitta. He's down over the last front shoulder right there with Keith Swan. But just a wee bit ahead of them is Tarn Hollis from Tikaraka. Out the hole it goes. All done and dusted. He can stretch his back as well. Keith Swan, Kyle Stevens, Mitta. Button time for them boys. Well done, guys. And Braden Clifford.
Push your button.
Push your button, boys. Well done. Braden Clifford, another couple of shots for the young man from Waikaka. And out the hole it goes. Well, I give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. All their competitors in the intermediate grade this year at the Golden Shears, at the 59th Golden Shears. Proudly sponsored by Trust House. Well done, Trust House. Well done to all the competitors. Good luck. We'll let you know who the top 18 are as soon as they come to hand. And next up, John, next event on the card is a big final. The Sydecton Novice Shearing Final, the first of our shearing finals here at the Golden Shears this year.
Yeah, you've got a couple of sheep to work on. These shearers. So they're going to be standing at the side of the stage very, very shortly.
All right, I'll just jump in there, John, while you're waiting on those shearers to get organised. So Cody Short, one of your Masterton boys on press 1 there, we wanted 150 for the novice, and he came in with a 148. Okay, so that's a really, really close thing. Unfortunately for him, and he's fully aware, he actually forgot to do the branding, so there's a few points stock for that. Why Omeo Pai Whenua come in with a 141. Okay, so a wee bit light there too, but it's a novice grade. It was absolutely brilliant to have them both up here. And don't go too far away, guys. We've got one more heat to do. And then once that heat's finished, please don't leave, because there will be an instant prize giving along with the novice shearing, if I remember right. Okay, so stay nice and close. Right, thank you, John.
Thank you, Gerald. Like I said, the next event on the card is the Sydecton Novice Shearing Final, the first of our big finals here today at the Golden Shears. The big shearing finals, that is.